Today we brought in 4 women from New York City to ask them if a man's income matters to them and to find out how much you need to be making according to women. And I'm not gonna lie, there's some surprises in there. Does a man's income matter to you?
Do you have sex really after whenever?
Like billions and billions of dollars more than me.
I gotta go.
Embarrassing, I feel like.
My name is Kate.
My name is Crystal Martinez. Hi, I'm Kat Burton.
Hi, my name is Cassidy.
Does a man's income matter to you?
Depends how much we make like together. Can be like I'm making 150 and he's making 30, so that's not gonna work. But if it's like more or less something similar, and sometimes he can get more, I can get less, so like it can work.
No, as long as it's like they're not working like one day a week and like and not giving a about.
What?
Especially like me, like an actor, I'm a performer. I'm not raising in the big bills. Like you have to accept the small paycheck sometimes to get the big ones.
I don't really care. If we have a conversation about the things that we want to accomplish within the household, you want me to take up more of the bills because I'm making more money than you are. Or I handle the mortgage, you handle the utilities and, light bill, gas bill, whatever bill that's smaller than a mortgage, then I'm fine with that. Depends on the type of conversation we have and the things that you want to do and the things that you want to provide.
Do you care if your partner makes less than you?
Okay, so first of all, that's the question I've never been thinking about before I moved to the US. Because for me, I always made good money. I was like, okay, whatever you make, it can work. But once I moved here, I realized that here you have to think about.
Here I come.
So yeah, for now, for me, living in New York, it matters.
I want them to be well off, but they don't have to be like super rich. I'm not like that, but I want them to be able to support themselves. Like, yes, not that someone has to be making like billions and billions of dollars more than me. I want to live like a comfortable life. I'd like eventually like grow to that. Like I'm 23.
It depends on the outlook you see yourself as. If you want to be a provider, you will have to have some type of income to support the title. Because you have an ego. I know some guys don't like when the woman pays for a date or just pays in general. So I would say, yeah, it matters, because if you don't want me offering to pay for something and you see yourself less of a man, then I would say income matters.
What's the minimum income that you would accept for your partner?
I can't say 60, 70 the minimum, but it completely depends on the lifestyle and everything. So it can be. So I'm not like going like too much. I'm not going extreme. So 70 it could be. That's like very minimum, like the lowest one, I would say.
I don't know. I guess maybe like 60,000, I think. Okay. I'm trying to think like how much do I make a year? 30 would be fine. Yeah. Living in New York, that's probably as low as you can go. So we'll stay there.
Damn. Okay, so this opinion is if we're married and have a family. I would not accept anything less than 50.
What do you think the average men's US salary is?
Like if we cover all the US, I would say it's probably 60. Yeah, I could say that because the country is too big.
Probably like 70.
What if I told you that it's less than 40,000?
Really? Oh my goodness. All right, well, that goes out the window. Again, I'm not like money driven, so that doesn't actually matter to me. But like, but again, if they have a goal and they're working towards it, that's fine. 65.
What if I told you that it's less than 40,000?
Really?
Oh, hell no!
But like, what are they doing? Where are they working? Okay, that sucks, but that's okay, because I'm getting paid less probably. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
Cool. Honestly, I think the average is 55K.
What if I told you that it's less than 40,000?
Wow. And that's just my answer. I'm fine with 40K if, emphasis on if, you want to increase that salary. If you want to increase, then we are good.
Is it okay for a guy to split a bill on the first date?
Can I say the word
Yeah,
like, if
sure.
he wants to have really after whenever, no. And I understand the meaning why they want to split. And it's kind of reasonable, especially when you're like actively looking for somebody. You go into date like day every day, 3-4 times a week. And especially if you go to the good restaurant, maybe it's really a lot if you pay for everyone you invited. So it kind of makes sense.
I probably wouldn't go on a second date with them. I wouldn't feel very good about that. I feel like as a guy, if you're taking somebody out on a date, you should pay, especially if you're taking that person out. I think just 101 etiquette and dating, I wouldn't care. If he took me out on the date and he took me to a really expensive spot and then he asked me to split the bill. I was like, maybe I wasn't expecting that. Like, maybe give you a little warning. Like, he's like, I'll surprise you where we're going. And then I'm like dropping $200 on dinner for some reason. I would be pissed.
I gotta go. Don't ask me out on no date if you want to split the bill. That's a no in my book. I can understand this is not the first date. This is like probably the third, fourth, and I asked you on a date. Then we can split the bill where I pay the bill. But first date, first impression.
What about the dates after that? Let's say you go on a first date and he pays for the first date. The dates after that, is that something that you talk about? Is that something that you're okay splitting, or are you going to offer? What's that like?
That's also a good question. It's very depends on the person. So sometimes I will be happy to pay for the whole bill, even on to split, when it comes naturally. When I don't see like he's expecting me to give him my card. And when I don't see this in the eyes, when he like doesn't think I have to pay, that's not okay. But if it happens naturally, absolutely I do that. I've done this many times. It was okay after, like on the second, third date, but it should be like very natural. And when I see that just in case, anytime he still can pay for me and he will be happy to pay for me.
If you're like in a relationship with somebody and you've been together for a while, like I guess that's normal. You know, it's not okay to just always put it on the guy because, you know, it's fair to just put things down the middle, I feel like. But, you know, at the beginning, as like a guy trying to like woo the girl over, he shouldn't pay. Yeah, I'd split. Or I think it's also nice to be like, okay, I'm taking you out and like I'm paying for this one, or vice versa, or like you got the last one, I'm getting this one, or you get this, like I'll go get a drink somewhere else or dessert somewhere, something like that. All about balance.
Yeah, maybe, you know, because we're still getting to know each other. But actually, no. Second date, you still gotta pay. Probably like the third, fourth, once you're more comfortable, then I wouldn't mind paying the bill. Or if we have that conversation, okay, hey, look, I'm down today. I really want to take you out. You know, I can only afford food for myself. Okay, I could pay my part.
What age do you think a guy should have his own place?
I'm like, I love this very like bubbly and how like fun and very outgoing lifestyle. Like when you don't plan your dates, when you like, you know, you can go to the cinema, you can go to somewhere and just like, oh, let's go to your place. And you don't need to plan like when my parents are going somewhere or something. It's like too many problems. I don't want to do that. So I would say no.
Absolutely not. No. I feel like a guy should just, you know, have their own place, you know? Like, how can you date a girl and bring them back to your parents' house? How does that look? You know, it's like embarrassing, I feel like. Maybe if there was, I don't know, like if my parents lived in New York right now, I don't think I'd want to live with my parents, but it's nice to like not have to pay rent. If you have like a way to not pay rent, I guess I won't be mad. But if you're like over the age of, I'd say over the age of like 23, 24, like get out of your parents' home.
You know, with my age, I would date a guy that lived with his parents. Because I do understand the struggle. And houses nowadays, it's a lot. And mortgage increased, you know, the house value increased, cars increased. So yes, I can date a guy that's still with his parents. And you can be comfortable. Because now it's a problem.